activities that librarians can incorporate into their library program at their schools. So my introduction. So the library program is an important asset to schools that is so often overlooked and underappreciated, especially those that are strongly integrated into the learning framework of the school. The library program can greatly contribute to student learning, success, and achievement. The support that the library programs can give to other teachers can greatly affect students' literacy achievement. A huge way that the library and library program can provide that support is through literacy and literature-based activities. So we have many different literacy and literature-based activities that your librarians can incorporate into their library program that will increase student learning. I'm going to share some with you today. So here's an overview of the activities that I have that can be used with middle and high school students. So I'm going to share with you book trailers, paragraph shrinking, and readers theater. So book trailers. Book trailers is one that I really like. Book trailers got its name and its creation from movie trailers. They're very similar to movie trailers. So with a book trailer, they can be created by both the teacher librarian or also by students who have read the book. Some students have read a book and really like it, and they can also make a book trailer and encourage their peers to read it as well. So book trailers are intended to encourage reading. Here is an example of a book trailer that I created. This book trailer is over Wonder. So first of all, we see here that there's some key facts about Wonder. So like it says, Wonder is a children's novel, and it says why he wrote Wonder. And then also here on the side, it tells us the author, when the book was first published, how many pages the book is, the genre, awards, and more. And we have some audio added to it. You can add audio to yours as well. Now, here's the first page of Wonder. So it's just telling you Wonder, and it's a glimpse of what the book's all about. And then our contents, it's in our book trailer. So we have the plot, main characters, reception, film adaptation, and some related books that are similar to Wonder. So over here is a little picture that can help intrigue your viewer and get them interested in reading the book. So we got Wonder. It says, don't judge a boy by his face, and it's got marked out book by its cover. So that could get your students interested in wondering what this book is really all about. So here's our plot. The plot in this book trailer tells you the plot of the story, what it's all about, without giving away the story. And then over here we got a quote from the book that might get students interested in reading it. So it says, Wonder, everyone in the world should get a standing ovation at least once in their life. So now it shows us main characters. We see there's August, which is Augie, Via, Jack, Summer, Julian, and Miranda. And then here's reception. Reception is showing you all the awards and the recognition that the book received. So seeing that this book won so many awards and got so much recognition could help make students want to read this book. So up here at the top it says, Praise for Wonder, full of heart, full of truth. Wonder is a book about seeing the beauty that's all around us. I dare you not to fall in love with Augie Pullman, says the New York Times. Then here's film adaptation. It tells us that this book was very popular, New York Times bestseller for 5 years. And the book after that turned into a movie, which is now available on DVD. So it must have been a pretty good book. So that's helped students know that there's a movie about it as well. And then here's some related books to Wonder. We have Augie and Me and 365 Days of Wonder, which is also by the same author. And then your book trailer should always include your works cited, so you didn't steal any of the information, you just used it. Book trailers continued. Book trailers can be set up in different ways. I just shown you one example of a book trailer, but you can make book trailers in different ways, set it up in different format. You can also follow this format of having the 7 essential elements to successfully sell your book in your book trailer. So in this format, it says you should always have a target. So your target, what that is when you create your trailer, you must know what your target is, or your audience that you're going to be speaking to. So our audience would be middle school or high school students, or if it was a middle school or high school student creating the trailer, it would be their peers. So when you know your target, you can make your book trailer more appealing to them to sell it. After you have your target, you'll need a hook. So a hook is a short sentence of the book to hook or grab the student's attention without giving away too many details or spoiling the story. Then you want to make sure that you're not too long, your length. Students' attention spans can be short. So you want your students to stay interested and wanting to read the book. You don't want to bore them, or that may make them not want to read this book if they're already getting bored during the trailer. So if your trailer bores them, then you would surely think the book would bore them. Next, imagery. So set the right images to appeal to your students. For novels, you may not want to set character images to give away what they look like or spoil them having their own imagination and coming up in their own head what their characters should look like. So you want your students to use their imagination. Audio, especially middle school and high school students, we know they love music. So music appeals to people, and especially their moods. So the right music will appeal to students and make them more interested in the book. So if you set a happy mood and somebody's wanting to read a happy book, then that might appeal to that person that's watching your trailer. Also, you want to call to action. So calling to action is where you invite students to check out the book from your school library. Or if it's a student's calling to action to their peers, they would invite them to check out the library in their school and check that book out. And last, we got distribution. The book trailer should be distributed to the targeted students during their library time. So if it's a teacher librarian distributing this, then they should show this to their targeted students during their library time. Now we have paragraph shrinking. This is a literacy-based activity that can be very effective in helping students with comprehension. So this is a collaborative activity made with peer collaboration in mind. So in paragraph shrinking, peers have to collaborate with one another. They have to work in pairs. It's also a comprehension strategy, which is when students understand what they are reading. In paragraph shrinking, this is a biggie for a lot of teacher librarians and other teachers that are limited on time. Takes little to no planning to incorporate into the library program or a lesson. So paragraph shrinking is a great activity to use with peer collaboration and shoulder partners. Shoulder partners is something I've used a lot. So in these shoulder partners, the partners will read a text, then they will paragraph shrink, or in other words, they will summarize the text in that paragraph in their own words, and they're going to turn to their shoulder partner to share their shrinked paragraph or summary of the paragraph they read. Teacher librarians can assign different paragraphs to each of those shoulder partners and then allow their partner to read their paragraph to decide if they agree or disagree with their partner's paragraph shrinking. Reader's Theater. If you know what Reader's Theater is when you act out a story. So Reader's Theater is not only for drama club or class. Reader's Theater is a good one because it encourages comprehension, because if you're going to act something out, you need to understand it, and participation, active participation. So here I have an example of some students, grades 9 through 12.
Everybody knows the story of the three little pigs. Or at least they think they do. But all a dream and a little secret. No one knows the real story because no one has ever heard my side of the story. I'm the wolf. Alexander T. Wolf. But you can call me Al.
No one knows just how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong.
Maybe it's because we'll see cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That's just the way they are. If cheeseburgers are cute, folks would probably think people were big and bad too.
But the whole big bad thing is all wrong.
The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. Way back in Once Upon a Time, our friend, the wolf, was making a birthday cake for his dear granny.
He had a terrible sneeze and cold.
He ran out of sugar.
Oh, shucks.
So he walked down the street to ask his neighbor for a cup of sugar.
Now this neighbor was a pig.
And he wasn't too bright either.
He had built this whole house out of straw.
Can you believe it? Who in his right mind would build a house of straw?
So of course the man knocked on the door. It fell, and he didn't just want to walk into somebody else's house. So he called.
Little pig, are you in?
No answer. He was just about to go home without that cup of sugar for his dear old granny's birthday cake.
That's when his nose started to itch. He felt a sneeze coming on. Well,
He huffed, and he snuffed, and he sneezed!
Oh, Jude! And you know what? The whole darn straw house fell down. And right in the middle of the pile of straw was the first little pig. Dead as a doornail.
He had been home the whole time.
It seemed like a shame to the perfectly good ham dinner just lying there in the straw. So the wolf ate it up.
And then, as a big cheeseburger was laying there, he was feeling a little better, but he still didn't have his cup of sugar.
So the wolf went to the next neighbor's house.
This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little smarter, but not much. He had built his house out of sticks. He rang the bell on the stick house. Ding dong.
No answer.
He called.
Mr. Pig, are you in?
He yelled back. Go away, wolf! You can't come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chin.
He had grabbed the doorknob when he felt another sneeze coming on.
He huffed, and he snuffed, and he tried to cover his mouth, but his sneezed. And you're not gonna believe it, but this guy's house fell down just like his brother's.
And when the dust cleared, there was a second little pig. Dead as a doornail.
Wolf's honor.
Now, you know food will spoil if you leave it out in the open. So the wolf did the only thing there was to do. He had dinner. Again.
Think of it as a second little pig.
He was getting awfully full, but his cold was feeling a little better.
And he still had a cup of sugar for his dear sweet opening birthday cake. So the wolf went to the next house. This guy was the first and second little pig's brother.
He must have had the brains of the family. He had built his house out of bricks. The wolf knocked on the brick house. No answer.
Mr. Pig, are you in?
And do you know what that rude little porker answered?
Get out of here, wolf! Jump on me again! Talk about impolite.
He probably had a whole sack full of sugar.
And he wouldn't get the wolf even one little cup for his dear sweet Granny's birthday cake.
What a pig! The wolf was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of cake when he felt his cold coming on. He huffed, and he snuffed, and he sneezed!
Oh, dude! The little pig yelled.
And your old granny can sit on a pin!
Now, the wolf was usually a pretty calm fellow. But when he heard someone talk about his dear sweet old granny like that, crazy.
Move!
So when the cops showed up, of course he was trying to break down this pig store. And the whole time the wolf was huffing and puffing and sneezing and making a real scene.
The rest, as I say, is history.
The news reporters found out about the two pigs I had for dinner.
And America for sure didn't sound very exciting.
Silly cats up the store with all that hop and puck and butterhouse now.
And they made him a big bad boy.
That's it. The real story.
I was framed.
But maybe you can belong in the cup of sugar.
So that was Reader's Theater of The Three Little Pigs performed by some 9th through 12th grade students. So that's an example of Reader's Theater activity. So now here's our conclusion. So feel free to take and implement any of these activities that were shared. After all, that's what they were shared for. Thank you for watching my professional development webinar, and I hope you got some great ideas from this and you will take them and use them in your library program.